Yo. As promised, more Elden Ring. Hey yo. Oh, this is actually my second stream of the day. Already streamed for like 3 hours beforehand. You were actually this time. How's it going? Actually, still have something in there. I still have the same title. I have actually already beaten... Not Rellana. Fuck those names, man. What game was going on there today? Okay. So it doesn't answer which. There's actually 2 going on right now. Croatia, Italy. Okay. Dude, yeah, I mean, Eastern Europeans go crazy in general. They're always insane at these events. Also, I have finally discovered the identity of my character. I am Bear. Literally, I am Bear. I've discovered my true calling after reading about... Look at this. This is the best item in the entire DLC. The Pelt of Valva. Look at what it says. Enhances incantations of what is jokingly called Bear Communion. This untreated hide, won at the end of a bloody bout, is just the thing to make a wild bear out of a warrior. I didn't have a bear chest plate, so I'm using this. This is close enough. And I'm using claws, so I'm doing the bear cosplay. It's incredible. I've already done part of this dungeon, so I'm just running through it. Dude, I wanna find Bear Communion. There's fucking Bear Communion. Like, what? What do you mean Bear Communion? Fucking incredible, man. I will say, I've read some reviews of this DLC. Oh, there's a lot of parts in this DLC. You will get your fill of parts. And they've also murdered me already. And my runes. Shoot. I've read some of the reviews of this DLC, right? Which right now, is it still at mixed on Steam? Is it still at mixed? That is insane. I mean, look, if you have performance issues, fair enough. Those are fair. I haven't had any, really. Except when I put on ray tracing. Ray tracing, for some reason, lagged. But, I mean, ray tracing barely does anything in this game in the first place, so... Who cares? So those are fair. And there are some fair criticisms about this DLC. Like, my biggest issue is that there are just too many sections of the map that have nothing in them. Compared to the main game. It's still like... It's tough to like completely complain about it because like it's still way fuller than most AAA open world titles, right? But compared to the main game, it's somewhat empty in places. Which is kind of sad. Because that was one of the things I really loved about the main game. And the balancing isn't optimal, although I'm somewhat coming around to it. I mean, I'm level 100 and everything feels playable. It's not that bad. But there are some valid criticisms. Like, there was one time I was disappointed when... I don't want to spoil it, but there was one boss that I found that I just left for later. Because I didn't feel like it. But some of the criticisms, okay, so hear me out. There were a bunch of comments and reviews that mentioned that the game is bad because it's all about rolling, never attacking their board. And that enemy design peaked with Dark Souls 3. And it's just boring all times rolling now. You never get your shot. There are so many of those comments. And you know what like the second most common criticism of Dark Souls 3 was? That it's all time rolling, you can never attack. Have you fought fucking Pontiff? People complain about that all the time with Dark Souls 3. And now they're saying that's peak, and that's the issue. It's so funny. That is so fucking funny to me. Oh, that is just really funny to me. Makes no sense. And also, it's like, yeah, same. I think that two bosses were completely fine. I think they did go for like, there isn't that many of them, so I think they really treated them as like mini bosses, these like really strong enemies, and you're supposed to like either avoid them or like really take the fight seriously. That's the intention. There aren't that many of them, right? Like, I found, like, 2 of these spinning blade guys, like, 2 of these knights with the double swords, I think. No, 3. 3 of those. Although one didn't respawn. So I think those yes, they are hard to stagger and they don't give you a lot of openings. However, you're kind of supposed to treat them like mini-bosses, I think, and I think it's fine as long as they don't overdo it, which they haven't so far. I also think the complaints about reusing enemies are way overblown. Like, yes, they're reusing some enemies, but it's not like half the DLC is reused. And most of the reuses make sense. And yeah, people compare that to like other like this is what I don't get, okay? When Elden Ring came out, right, and it had 165 bosses, I think that's the number, right? And people complained that like half of them were reuses, and that's why the game was bad. And they compared to like Dark Souls 1, which only had 2 reuses out of 26. Look, the one is an open world game, the other one's a linear experience. Like Dark Souls sometimes is treated like an open world game, but at its core, it's still like a linear Metroidvania type of experience. You can't just compare that to an open world. You're not supposed to fight in a normal playthrough. They didn't expect you to fight all 165 bosses. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I almost did all 165. That playthrough was 200 hours long. That there's a couple repeats in there is completely fine over a 200-hour time span. Like, and also, the DLCs in the past also reused enemies from the main game. That was also a thing. Not even just the small ones. Everyone remembers the Dragon Slayer armor in fucking in the Ringed City. There's plenty of those. The crabs in the Painted World DLC, the wolves. There's so many. Why wouldn't you? You have so much variety already. Keep that variety and add more to it. You don't need to build it from the ground up. That would actually be straight up worse. Because you don't have the time to like. Okay, let's be real. This DLC is the size of a game. This could be a standalone game, no fucking issue. I'm at this point confident to say it's at least bigger than Sekiro. Right. But it's a DLC. As far as I'm aware, they're not even developing it with their main team. So why wouldn't they take some shortcuts? And the shortcuts they've taken so far are all most. There were a couple I'm not happy with. I'll say that. But most of them were clever. Most of them were clever and fine. But there were a couple. Like I don't want to spoil anything you haven't gotten to, but there were a couple I wasn't happy with. And some things are straight up better than the main game. Like the side dungeons are just better. Straight up. I'm sorry, but you never had a side dungeon like this in the main game. This was not a thing. The closest you get is like the Ruinstrewn Precipice. See. Ah, come on. You can see that there's a difference in philosophy, like, alone in the fact that in the base game, right, I think there were 5 keys total in the entire game. There was the drawing room key, the Scarlet Palace key, the Academic Windstone key, the Sin and Seal Break, and the Rusty key, which I never picked up. There's obviously the Stone Sword keys, but they're like repeatable. I mean, like specific keys. I've already found 5 here, and 2 were from random dungeons, not even like big legacy dungeons. So they're actually designing the dungeons in this DLC as fully fledged levels. like Dark Souls. Which is really cool. And I love these jail dungeons, they look sick. Also pod elevator. I mean, did you see that? That's a pod elevator. Beat that. How can you beat a pod elevator? Also, yeah, that's an enemy. That reached me. Okay. God, that has a what? That has a wide arc, I was gonna say. I think, by the way, from my own testing, that each scatter tree level boosts your damage by about like 4% and boosts your... You take 4% less damage. It's not... Doesn't up this by 4, but like... So it's about 4% less damage. Like when I was at about 50, it gave me 2 more physical damage negation, 2% more. So about 4% less damage compared to what it was before. So when you get like 10 of those, that's significant. That is a significant buff. I'm pretty sure they definitely want you to collect those ahead of challenges. Oh, by the way, I never noticed these pots. What did these lead? That's good. I'm on DLC defense duty at this point. Because while this DLC does have issues, I think it still might be better than any other DLC from Software put out, except for Old Hunters. It's not beating Old Hunters. It is not. As much as I like it and as much as I defend it, it is not beating Old Hunters. I very much doubt that. Everything that comes after this would have to be like 50% better. But I think every other DLC it can compete with. If not be better. But I think I've seen about a third of the DLC, so there's still a lot to go. And I've played for like 25 hours. I've done a third of the DLC. This is insanity. This is a whole fucking game. This is bigger than Dark Souls 3. I do still have to kill the tree brand. My theory is still that Mesmer is not the final boss. I'm still putting money on that theory. Where am I? Hold on, where am I? Have I been here before? I have, right? Yeah, okay, now I remember. I remember all too well. think these are like levels for the pod elevators. Seconds. I'm not entirely sure though. So here's a question, can I don't think that works. Maybe. Hear me out. That went too far. Fuck. Yes! It worked! Still very bad at dodging that. It doesn't feel like it should be that difficult. Getting hit by it every fucking time. Also, I said I found the best item in the game, which is true. It's the bear head. That is the best item in the game. I've also found the worst. The absolute worst item in this game. Look at this thing. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Who the fuck came up with this? This is pain. Looking at this is pain. Why? Just why have you unleashed this monstrosity upon the world? Oh, God damn it. I disagree. But it's fine, you can have your wrong opinion. Oh. Does this go up? Yeah, it does. I've never been here before. I thought I went down here last time. Apparently not. Cool. I have 9 hefty crackpots at this point. That's a lot already. Okay. Back to Pot Pit. Which is what I'm dubbing this area. Nope. I destroyed this chair, but he still sat down. Now that's a... that's dedication to sitting I've never seen before. Oh, just for good matter. I know you're there. What? Okay, that was a little bit bullshit. Okay. Back to where I was. Oh yeah, dodged it. I didn't dodge it. Well, 50% is an improvement over 0. Dude. Our lunch discussion at work today was over probabilities your doctor tells you. We're a bunch of nerds. We are a bunch of fucking nerds. And also it was surprisingly low level mathematically for a bunch of mathematicians. Okay. The cool atmosphere, I will say. And yeah, these guys did feel like bosses, and turns out they are a boss. Holy fuck! But oh yeah, you can't stagger them. I'm only staggering them with my fucking beast claws. Woo! Thankfully, I'm pretty good at fighting them at this point. GG's. That fight had a cool atmosphere. Okay. So I did that. I still have to do... I like found a random pit in this village that led me to an entire like 10th of the map. Like, what the heck? So I need to explore this. There was... Where was it? Where was it? Over here? No. that's not it. That's it, I think. Yeah, that should be it. Where did this leak? Yeah. Oh. To death. It was a death pit. That pit was pure death. Cursed blades appear to dance when they spin their shimmering circular plates. These are ascetics who failed to become tutelary deities were a scourge for those who attempted to invade their haunts and homeland. Long ago, before the land was overshadowed by invasion, this scourge was shunned, and the cursed blades were imprisoned. It was during this confinement that Mira met Labyrinth, and upon her death, Labyrinth was plunged into a devastating darkness. Alright. Still a better love story than Twilight. By the way, do you have anything to say now? No. Wait, I got an idea. Okay, admittedly it doesn't really look like a mother, but should never judge a book by its cover. And a person by its looks. Okay. I don't think that works. I don't think that works. I'm gonna make an educated guess here and say that's not a thing. Sort of does look like it, huh? Not dark enough though. The clothes would have to be black for it to be a Bloodborne character. Let's be real here. And no, there's gotta be in this DLC one instance of where you need to use a gesture to unlock something. So I'm just trying out shit. So let's go here and here. That's a lobster. I don't think these claws are a great match for this lobster. But I'll make it work. There's two lobsters! No! This is a problem. Okay. Now here's an issue. This is like the bomb that explodes when someone stops walking. Because if I stop running, I'm gonna get sniped. He's still sniping! Did you not know? Bears are natural predators of lobsters. Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't remember. Bears are the natural predators of lobsters. Everyone knows that. Bears are the natural predators of lobsters. Like, this is what I mean. Why does this corner exist? There's nothing here. Is that a misbegotten? That is a misbegotten. It's the first time I've seen one of those in the DLC. Pretty sure. So what is that? Okay. Let's take a look. Ruined Forge of Starfall Pass. So forges are another new. Yeah, the other forge was cool, it just didn't have a boss. Which was weird. I can't even travel through Roundtable. Alright. That's fine. Smith's Good Spear. A throwing weapon created through the smithing arts. Execute a strong attack, a dashing strong attack, or a mountain strong attack to throw the spear. That is kind of cool. But it's not bad. Is in fact majorly unfair. Probably opens that gate. I honestly thought it would go up, not down. That's fine. Okay, you cock. There's a cubby for you to dodge it. Okay, I get the concept of this forge. Oh, more of these guys. But now they have something on their head. They're like the these guys in the undead settlement in Dark Souls 3. Just slower and with a weak spot. Oh. Oh. That was interesting. You've gotta be kidding me. There's a little bit of an issue. Come here, you fuck. Yeah, my beast claws are definitely a bad matchup for these guys, which are probably extremely resistant to all status effects. And the best thing about the beast claws is that they can inflict bleed extremely quickly. And I don't think these things can bleed. But I'll make do. You're not hidden. Don't know how to tell you this, but you're not hidden. Oh, I still have my Sorcerer on. That doesn't help. Get out of the doorway, I can't get behind you there. Okay, this is my last healing. I'm actually getting wrecked by this guy. Okay. Whew. He's petting the lava tier. That is great. And now he's sending the lava tier to its death to fight me. Like a true pet owner. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay. Hold up. Okay, so slight issue. I have 0 health left. And I'm dead. Can't say I didn't expect it. Gotta get all the items. It's also quite cool that there's Misbegotten in the first room, which have clearly come in here later. But they haven't managed to open the door, so they're only in the first room. And also they are hostile to the rest of this shit in here. Good detail. Okay. Nope. No, you're mad I killed your pet. Come down. It's just a pet. No one has ever cried about losing a pet. Oh, come on. When does the Lies of P DLC even release? I'll probably play it. But to be honest, when I did my level 1 playthrough of Lies of P, I was pretty done with the game afterwards. Got it. I give it to you, it's the second best Careless Whisper version. You know this one. can't play it on stream, so I was just thinking. I think it's the one, right? 1 second. Yeah. No, there's no audio. There we go. Yeah, I just saw that too. It's a weird one. Also, did that metal claw... Did that beast claw just absorb like 90% of the damage? Or block it? How does that make sense? Dude. Cock and balls. Oh, the Erdtree! The Erdtree emote finally shows on stream. Let's go! Best news of the day. Did you see that MLG jump? You think I can climb a ladder? I just like it because it takes me a minute to even recognize the song. So I like playing it for people and they're like, what the fuck is this? And then like a minute and they're like, oh, what the fuck? I think it's okay. I don't actually think it's the best version. I think it's pretty fun. Okay. This guy has now killed me 4 times. I am getting ported like crazy. No. I can't move on without killing the guy at least once. My pride will not allow me. But I will buff up for this guy. Because at this point he deserves respect. Even though I've already killed one of them, of his kind. I mean the kind with the pot on top. Ooh! I barely got the safety. Okay. It might be 4-1, but I'll call it a win for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, this is too obvious. I can't. There we go. Okay, there's a few more than I anticipated. Admittedly. How about this? How do you like ice? Not very much, huh? Get rolled. Smithing talisman. Enhances weapon throwing attacks. That makes sense. There's been a bunch of these weapons. In ancient, but why is the smithing hammer enhancing weapon throwing attacks? That's one question I do have though. How does that make sense? In ancient times, smithing was a divine act, and blacksmiths interpreted the script they perceived in the wrinkles of molten steel to imbue weapons with swords. Oh, because the throwing weapons are special and they come back. That might actually be the first mention of swords in Elden Ring? Am I crazy? I don't remember a single mention of it. I am so mad. Why did they even try to land on that? What was the point? Let's be more clever about this and just drop down normally. God damn it, okay. I'm not playing well right now. That's for certain. Can he be faster? I don't think so, but I'll I'll try. Place your bets now. Ouch. It's not great. I'm gonna say no. I'm dead. Yeah. It's always great when you know you're dead before you're dead. That's always a great moment. It's funny that they felt the need to leave a hint for those golems. Say, hit them when the weakest. I mean, the gem in the back is extremely obvious. And it's not like weak points haven't been a thing before. Dragons have... every dragon has a weak point. Like, and they're not the only ones. So like... Yeah, I think it really makes sense to go for charge attacks with these guys. Yes, that makes it a lot easier. Only now he fell down, so... That sucks a little. I'll just leave him. I wonder, is he alive? I really couldn't tell. It's one of those backhand blades, but you can throw it. Likely. Okay, so how do I do this? This is a problem. Did my force put out the magma? Am I crazy? Is that what happened? Okay. Oh, he spills magma when he gets staggered. That's funny. What? Bullshit. Give me back my stagger. Oh, yeah. I put myself in a bad position there. I wonder though if this dungeon will once again not have a boss. Because there's not an obvious way forward here unless like beating these two does something. What? Okay, that's bullshit. Yeah, I think that's a strat with these guys. Just get the stagger and then riposte from behind for big damage. They're fairly easily staggerable. Uh oh, fuck. Got too close. No. That was it. Whew. Okay, got one down. Ah, fuck. Yeah, oh, okay. That's very generous. Thank you, game. Okay. Now what? You think dropping down there does something? The answer is no. So the last forge I found didn't have a boss either, but it did have an end. Like there was a very clear end where there was a port out back to the beginning. Interesting Ash of War. So this is curious. I want to double check there's nothing here. If I find no end, I might even Google this dungeon. Because this is weird. There should at least be an end, right? Not a boss, then a clearly defined end. Otherwise you're just... If there isn't, then I actually think that's bad design. Just leaves the player guessing whether they've done everything. Or not necessarily done everything, but at least completed it. Nothing here. Is this spot over there, right? Have I been there? Oh, yeah, that's it. That is it. I figured it out. I'm a genius. It's actually cool design. So watch this. I didn't realize you could pull the lever again. That was the issue. Now it's obvious. Pog! I'm rising. Okay, yeah, again, no boss, but this is the end of the dungeon. You get something from it. Ancient meteoric ore grade slot and an ancient dragon smithing stone. Yeah, and that's the end. Okay, fair enough. It's a colossal. Fashioned from an excavated shard of an arrowhead that once was a part of the old court's arsenal, a capable piercing weapon that excels at dusting attacks. It is a great colossal that pierces. That's unique. That is unique. Summons white light from the crevice in the weapon's ancient meteoric ore, using its powerful charging attack which pierces foes. Additional input causes the light to explode. This could be cool. This could be a cool weapon. I might try it out. Let's see, what do I need for it? My colossals there. 19 arcane is tough, but I can at least... I'm missing the magic damage, then I can still use it. Try it out, and then 35 strength. I am 1 level short, so that's easily doable with a talisman. Try it out. Still have that on. Okay. I mean, for colossal, it's actually fairly small. It's still big, don't get me wrong. mean, it does no damage because it's non-upgraded and I don't have the full stats for it. But it sure does good stagger damage. It looks really cool, yeah. I might use it. Because Forsen only uses Colossals or what, but this is a piercing Colossal now. That truly feels like almost impossible. It does piercing damage. As a Colossal. With this weapon. I feel like I'm hearing a scarab. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy. There are scarabs in this DLC. I was like, there were 1 or 2 times where I heard one and I just couldn't find it. Okay, at least I have confirmation that there are scarabs in this DLC indeed. Oh yeah, all good. Okay, that doesn't work when they're flying. I mean, that's fair, I just wanted to try it out anyway. That was kind of cool. You missed. Should have missed. I can get up here. That was a dragon. That sure is a dragon. I'll get back to it. And there's that fort. Yeah, it's not a big fort. So the way I found, like, going up from here is a separate way to get to Scooter Altars that completely bypasses that second boss. As far as I can tell. That's cool. And world design in this DLC is so good. Like, we can talk about a lot of things, but and discuss it, but one thing I won't take disagreements on is the world design is insane. Yes. It's not even that the boss, it's okay. It's a boss that's basically okay. There's, I mean, I can show you it if you want to. Should I tell or show? I'll just say. Okay. So here's the issue, right? So what you should understand is by the point you get to this boss, you've just fought 2 dragons. I won't say anything more, just that's context that's necessary for why I'm so disappointed in, in the placement of this boss. Two separate dragon fights, right? And then you get up here. And it's a bit further than I had in mind, so it doesn't really work as well. There's a stake. That's not the issue. And look who it is. Lancex. As far as I can tell, it's exactly Lancex. And I didn't hate Lancex, and I don't even hate this inclusion by itself. You know, because Lancex was a boss that I felt like actually had a cool moveset, which you could tell with when you fought Fortisax, who had a lot of similar moves. But the arena for Lancex was just garbage. So I'm not even against including a boss here to kind of redeem this moveset, which is kind of cool. But after fighting 2 dragons, you throw a 3rd one at me that is just from the main game. Just straight up a copy. That is where I said, nah. That is a bit much. Also, with this guy is balanced absurdly. Especially if you fought the 2 dragons beforehand. If the 2... Just for argument's sake, let's just say the 2 dragons beforehand were scaled at level 100. They're not, but just for argument's sake, let's just say that. Then this guy is scaled at level 250. Like, it's... The difference in right after each other bosses makes no sense. And it's a copied boss. And it's the 3rd dragon in a row. It's like, okay, at that point I'm saying, nah. This one was not necessary, at least not like that. Again, I'm not even against including Lancex in the DLC like that. Just not like this. Not like this. What the fuck is this? That is not great. So I'm leaving that one for later. That one can kiss my ass right now. Speaking of kissing my ass, let's get that weapon online. Oh, I'm gonna need actually a lot more runes because it's heavy. Even more runes, wow. Okay. And then I need to re-level. My best decision in preparing for this DLC was getting all the what were they called? I am stupid. Level tier.
Is it thy?
Wait, before I do that.
Me not, I would.
What do I need? So 24 strength and 19 arcane. Okay. Yeah, sure. Just the arcane pretty much I need to re-level for. Is there another weapon I want to re-level for? Like these... I've tried these. I'm not in love with them. The Ash of War is cool, but one thing that really fucks me up is the DLC had a lot of like dual weapons that were one weapon. So like as if you were power stancing them, but it's one weapon, which has the advantage of you do the double attack with just R1, for me left mouse button, and the second advantage you can block with them, which once you figure out some shit, blocking is really important, not for actually blocking damage, but it makes moving so much smoother when you block. And for some reason, for that one, that's not the case, and you can't block with it, which really annoys me. So I don't like it. Was there any other weapon I might want to try out? So I can skill for that one too. There's the throwing dagger. I'm not sure that's really for me. This one, I guess. I guess I can put 1 point into int so I can use both of these. Anything else that was cool that I picked up? There's the anvil hammer. That one needs 20 faith though. I don't know if I wanna. I could do 15 faith and then put the talisman on for the rest. And I need, how much strength for that one? 26. Okay. So 26 strength, 15 faith. There's that one. When did I get this? What is this? I don't remember getting this. It's a hand. When did I get this? A glove stitched together from the flayed skin of the victims of a butcher's bloodbath. Afflicts targets with deadly poison. Raises attack power when poisoning occurs in the vicinity. Forged of an unyielding black impulse towards revenge fostered in those who have everything burned or stolen from them. These are the weapons of the utterly downtrodden. Makes hand into the shape of a spear before unleashing a plunging stab that penetrates the body of the enemy. Afflicts foes with a large dose of deadly poison. What? When did I get this? I don't remember getting this. I've definitely never read this description. I don't know. Would be weird if it's a mob drop, to be honest. I think it sounds like it's a unique weapon. It has a unique skill. It even says unique skill. So, I don't think a somber weapon would just drop. But I could be wrong. Okay, but it's 28 arcane. I'm not skilling for that right now. Wait. Yes. So 11 int, 19 arcane, 15 faith, 26 strength.
Heart down. Now.
15 faith, 19 arcane, 26 strength. I didn't need any dex for any of these, right? I'm just gonna say no because I have 3 levels left anyway. And hope. Okay. Yeah, I can use it. Wait, I should be able to use it with... this. Hold on. Have I fucked up? Have I fucked up? No, I can use it. That is an anvil. And those are spears. But for now, I want to use this. Why do I have the jump attack thing? Is it the pelt? No, it's not the pelt. Is it this? Strengthens jump attacks. Actually. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, just take this. And this. Okay, right. Let's go here. Let's do the dragon. Let's try out our weapon on the dragon. Although keep in mind it's not plus 10, it's plus 9 right now. So I don't know if I like it yet. So damage will be a bit lower. Also, can I use grease on it? Speaking of. No. Don't attack me. Focus on the fucking dragon. I swear to God. I do feel like this is a general thing of Elden Ring. I do feel like the damage enemies do to each other should be increased a little bit. Like I really like it when you see shit like this. It's actually really cool. And you see the enemies interacting with each other, but like the damage is clearly nerfed when enemies attack each other, which is fine. I think else things would be over too quickly, but it's a bit too much. Like when the dragon is doing a 20th of a health bar of a normal guy, then maybe it's a bit too much. Look at how much damage he just did to the health bar. That's nothing. There was a 3 damage in there. No, so I'm not going in until all these guys are dead, because if I go in before these guys are dead, they'll just all focus on me. There's no shot I'm doing that. It's 4 left, right? This guy and the 3 in melee. Yeah, they're all Black Knights, right? This could take a moment. So how's your David? Otherwise. Because we have time here. Yeah, same. My boss has some technical issues at work right now, so I had to do some of the stuff that he normally does. And then I had technical issues with that, so things went great for me. I did a lot today. And also one of my colleagues made like a system for updating the the cloned Git repos on all the PCs that we have, which so far it's a mess. Like we have one Git repo that has like 5 different things in it that should be in separate repos. So when he's now in the process of like dividing that up, so it makes more sense and it's better for everyone because we don't conflict with each other as much. But then he used the tags on Git to make it work with what we currently have, and then like the second day that system was in place, something went wrong with not on his end, just the tags weren't set, so everything broke. And today everyone was mad at him, and he was like, I don't know, the tags weren't there. What the fuck can I do? That was a whole charade. Alright, I think he's almost done. 2 left. And he missed. I almost thought he would fall to his death. That was almost fell to his death there. I'm telling you, that was close. They're doing like 30 damage to him. Like, what is this? Well, let's have a backup weapon ready. I can't use these because I don't have the dex. Okay. Well, let's hope this weapon is good. In that case. Because I don't have much else to use. Do I have anything else? Can't even use that. That needs 13 dex. Okay, I think he's done. Wait, I missed. That's good damage. For this dragon, I'm telling you, I fought 2 of these before. That's good damage. Also, why does he not care? He just doesn't care. Right, he hasn't done that attack before. I feel like every Ghost Flame Dragon has had new moves, which is cool. They're actually all you need. Why am I farming so much? Uh-oh. Oh, what? Oh, no. I like this weapon, man. Finally a big bonking weapon again. And it's a unique one as well. Piercing damage. Which, shouldn't piercing damage be highly effective on a skeletal dragon? I get the feeling the last Ghost Flame Dragon I had was higher scale than this one. At least feels that way. Actually, a scale is a scale. Yeah, I'm rolling this thing. Oh, come on. Thank you. And done! Another Somber 10. Easy DLC, to be honest. Don't know what the fuss is about. I am definitely rocking this weapon for a bit, by the way. This is cool. I like this weapon. It's just that... right. I've mainly been using like the new weapon classes, which I still think is one of the coolest thing about this DLC, that it actually... there's been a couple of these that just smoldering. It's a bit of a weird effect, I agree. This is not the first one. At least, so far I found nothing to do with them. Yeah. I agree, by the way. I've also tried to interact with it multiple times now. It looks like something special that stands out, but no, I think it's just an effect that looks more special than it is. I've mostly been using the new weapon classes, which, again, one of the coolest things about this DLC, all the new weapon classes. But most of them are like dex-based quick weapons. I was missing a good old bonking weapon. And this is it. Why do I have battle music? What? I see some of you. Don't hit me with its tendrils. Ah, come on. I didn't mean to hit that one. That one was friendly. Now they're all. Okay. I'll just leave you guys be. Okay. Maybe not. Now only a couple. Let me just get the bad apples out. But exterminate them before radical ideas spread. You guys are vibing. You can stay. Can I get up there? That feels like you should be able to get up it. But I think... Yeah, no, you can't. Visually, you should be able to, but you can't. Okay, meaning this part is for now out of reach. There's the fault, and there's the grace. So funny thing, I've been on this fort like 20 hours of playtime ago from the other side. And I've said I'll do it later, and it's been a while. I haven't done it all this time. Let's do it from this side. That's an omen killer. It makes sense the perfumers were here. Dude, absolutely raw. Now this is an OP weapon. Let's see if I can curse. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Something above is mowing the lawn. Hey. Cool. The only thing I'm miffed about with these things is that they broke the naming scheme. Like you had the precedented naming scheme. I don't have it here, but from the normal Dragon Quest Shield Talisman, where there was 1 dragon, 2 dragons, 3 dragons, and then the Great Shield Talisman, which looked like this. But now this is the +3. Just call it Great Shield, so the naming scheme fits. Motherfuckers. Oh, this is where it came from? Is it? Yeah, it is. I think you guys weren't expecting me to come from here. Don't mind me. That's it down here. Another Omen killer. Not even close. I think the Omen killers actually work as normal enemies. And now I'm at the front. Gotcha. Let's go back. There was another way to go, right? Pretty sure. I think the main purpose of this place is to serve as another entrance into the altars of this DLC. But I'm still pretty sure there's gonna be more. Okay. Holy fuck. He's got the moves. But I got the bonk. This weapon is insane. This is ridiculous. Is this the weapon or am I just good? I mean, in fairness, I haven't taken much damage either, but... Hey, another aspect of the Crucible. That's cool, but... Absolutely rolled. And they said the DLC was difficult and too high scaled. I'm level 100, bitch. Also, I just missed the ladder. No! Colossal weapons accepted. Skill originates from the life forms of the Crucible. Grow a golden pair of wings and take to the air before diving down and force weapon first. Spinning attack is performed when wielding a twin blade. Yeah, it's basically the wing attack from the Crucible Knights. Just with a special move for twin blades. Which is cool. That one was still missing from the base game. I was curious. And a new cookbook. I don't think I've had Battlefield Priest cookbook yet. Festive Grease, okay. A record of crafting techniques left by the devout Battlefield Priest. These keepers of the faith fought bitterly to spread their gospel in the realm of shadow, where there was no Erdtree to gaze upon. Okay. So we've done that. We've done that fort. I don't actually want to continue for much longer. I need to work tomorrow and early as well. Because there's actually something, and because my boss has technical issues, there's something I need to do early on. So I can't turn up later than fairly early. Just like 8 AM. Which normally I'd start working at like 9 when I actually go to work. Oh hey, how are you guys? What are you doing here? Ah, fuck. I completely forgot they tried to grab me. To be honest. Honestly, don't think this weapon is that absurdly strong. It's just... That one has no head. Yeah. Yeah, it also acts like it has no head. Holy hell. That is funny. That is really funny. That is a really funny twist on these things. He gets it. Is that a a legendary just lying around here? Oh, it's another. Why are those legendaries? They're fucking divine blessings. They shouldn't be the highest class of item. What the fuck? What is that? Why are they legendaries? Okay. So I still haven't found a way up here. But I don't really know where to look for it, to be honest. This looks like you should be able to cross on the map, but you can't. Just went to the jail. There's all this path that I haven't done yet. There's obviously this path that I haven't done yet. So wasn't there... There's one thing which I found which is curious. I found the suppressing pillar, which is a bunch of these throughout the game, the DLC, but most of them are broken. Which had an interesting tablet at the top. No, but genuinely, I just assumed so far that the Shadow Realm is just... It's called the Shadow Realm, but it's just like another continent. I assumed for a while. Because it seems to have like its own species, its own like original inhabitants, and there was a crusade from America to like conquer it. That was led by Mesmer, right? And there's also one more lore tidbit that I want to show you, which is a theory of mine, which if that one comes true, I'll be proud of myself for noticing that, but I'm not 100% sure it's true. But I like the theory, so I want to show you it. But yeah, the tablet at the top, that one confused me, but clearly has significance lore-wise. Here, there it is. This is what it says. I don't know what to make of that, I'll be honest. Like, center could mean literally, right? It's that old theory where, like, that doesn't really make... I don't know, though. That doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. Maybe. There's that theory that there's this cloud in the middle of the map, and there's divine towers that are organized in a hexagon around it, right? So that the very center of the lands between could mean literally it's like here. Also that it's called a suppressing tower is interesting. And everything's under like a veil, which like a veil is used to hide things, right? And, like, veils are used to like cover things, hide things. So maybe the implication is that this realm is just it's right there in the middle. It's just hidden. It's veiled and no one can see it. Just an idea. Maybe that's like the implication. Because there's a lot of veiling themes in it's not just the veil above the entire world going from the tree. It's also like a bunch of like ruins as covered in veils, and not just ruins, entire buildings and like town. There's a bunch of this like symbolism. So that's one of my theories. The other one, I think there's one here where I can show it easily. Also, it was explicitly stated that America wanted this invasion and that Godwin was part of it. So timeline-wise, that puts that between Godwin's death and the dragons attacking the capital, because these dragon knights were part of that. So that's got to be after the dragons attack the capital. So timeline-wise, you have like a general area in which the invasion took place. Was it here? Yeah, here. Look, there's been multiple of these statues. And at first glance, this looks like America's statue, right? You have the braids, you have the outstretched arms, clothes are similar. You have the booba. But my theory is that this originally wasn't America. Two reasons for that is that, one, like the churches where I found them, for example, the Church of Consolation, and there was another one, I think, there's Church of the Crusade, right? They don't have any direct connection to America. Obviously, this is placed in like Mesmer's camp, so it's clearly supposed to symbolize her. But her head is missing. The head of every single statue is missing, which is suspicious. And what really tips me off is the pose, right? You have this outstretched arm pose, but keep this pose in mind. This is not America's typical pose. It's actually quite the opposite. If you look at like, let's go here to any Church of America, and you'll see what I mean. The typical America pose is this. So my theory is that was a different like god, deity, whatever. And they like, in the Crusade, they cut off their heads to make it look like it's statues of America. That's another theory of mine. There's been no text references to that at all, but just from symbolism, like this is like a fragile, like motherly type pose, while the other one is like a come to me, like it's like the complete opposite type of pose. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and there were a bunch of items that like had an absurd amount of lore for just being random items. There was one which like gave 5 different clues. If I don't remember which item that was, but there was one where I was like, okay, that there was so much information in that. Yeah. There was a cookbook that had a bunch of info, but it wasn't the one I'm talking about. This was the one, yeah. See, the ancient dragon knight who followed Godwin's golden knight. So Godwin was involved. and the ancient dragon knights were involved, which puts us timeline-wise into a time frame. Yes, the pots were involved. The pots are actually got a bunch of lore in that one as well. Like, at least in the realm of Shadow, they are man-made. Like they're actually just they're made by stuffing body parts into pots in the jails. It's pretty much directly said. Hey, which item was it that had like a ton of lore? I don't remember. Also, this was curious, because it says here, though he remained a devout follower of Mesper after his flight from the Erdtree. Doesn't say doesn't flight from something mean you flee? But it said in other ones that it wasn't a crusade by Mesper on orders of America. So I don't know. Maybe my English isn't good enough there. It also says here explicitly that the Erdtree was named after its counterpart in the realm of the Erdtree. What does Skadu mean? Okay, Skadu means shadow. Okay, that's pretty direct then. So it's Shadow Tree. Just more fancy. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna look through every item to find the one that I'm talking about. But yeah. It was a while ago, so it wouldn't even be in recent items anymore, I think. But this crusade must have been at like the height of the of America's reign, because like every faction is represented in the realm of Shadow. Even like the Carians, so it was when the Carians were part of that whole empire. Alright. Yeah, putting some lore pieces together here and there, I think. We'll see. Spend my cash. I like this. This is great as a picture for the save file. This is just fantastic. I'm tired. I need to get up early. So, see you tomorrow. Fun times. I am not really doing anything else until this is done. See you.